Alrighty, so what's going on, everybody? Q here, back with another deck profile video. Got a little bit of a different setup today. Was able to kind of move some things around here in the house, so hopefully we can get a little bit more of a proper area to practice and deck build and deck profile. So not really gonna try to waste too much of your guys' time today, but just bear with me. This is a freshly sleeved deck with brand new Dragon Shield, so it's not as smooth as I would like it at the moment. But so it's primarily a Zoroark Lycanroc deck, but there's a couple little differences that I put in. I put in my own little twist. Anybody who knows me knows in anything I play, I always play, you know, something a little bit different. So we have our four Zoras, of course. I mean, it is a Zoroark Lycanroc deck at the end of the day. And then we have our 4 Zoroark GX. Obviously, good old Mr. Tier Enthusiast Tier 1 himself. And then try to keep this as organized as I can for you guys here. And then we have 3 Rockruff. And then only 2 Lycanroc. So I'm not really... Lycanroc is not really here to attack. It's pretty much just here for the Bloodthirsty Eyes ability. For the gusting effect. The main attacker is obviously going to be Zoroark. And we have 3 Sandygast. And then, my apologies, I didn't mean to hit the mic there. A card that I'm actually kind of excited about, even though he's a little bit older, kind of uncommon, is Palossand GX. So I'm actually a fan of this card. Sandy Fear GX is something that really intrigued me when I first read about it. For those who aren't really familiar, you look at the top 13 cards of your opponent's deck, and you can discard any Pokemon card that you find there, and you do 60 damage for each card that is discarded. So I have another idea that I really want to play Palossand with, but we're going to save that for a little bit later. I think it's going to be really, really dirty. But yeah, I'm actually kind of excited about the card. He's kind of hungry for energy with 4 energy requirement, but I mean it could be worse. Could be way worse. But anyway, that's the Pokemon lineup. Relatively simple, nothing too crazy. And then I run 3 bodybuilding dumbbells. Obviously these are stage 1 Pokemon, so just something to help them be a little bit more tanky. Extra 40 life, bring them up from 210 to 250. And the playtesting that I've done versus another Zoroark Lycanroc, just straight Zoroark Lycanroc deck, and versus my Shuckle GX Decidueye Wild Hunt deck that you guys might have seen in the other deck profile video. This actually came in handy a lot. This actually bought me some extra turns against the Shuckle deck specifically. And then obviously there's 3 Choice Band. And then this is a last minute change that I made, but I actually kind of like it. So I originally had not Energy Recycler, it's Energy Retrieval. Yeah, I had 2 Energy Retrieval in here. It didn't really do a whole lot for me, so I wanted something that could really help me with the draw power. So I instead put in 2 of Steven's Resolve. I apologize, it was a little bit blurry there because of the light. But I put in 2 Steven's Resolve just because the first, probably, obviously first turn you can't attack. Second turn, I'm probably not attacking. I might be attacking with Zoroark. But I figure if I get maybe a turn 1 Lily, if I, for whatever reason, don't draw into a Lily, if I can get turn 1 Steven's Resolve, really allows me to kind of handpick for my deck what I want, etc. Obviously, Zoroark Lycanroc, 2 of Professor Elm's Lecture. Always good to search out those 60 HP Pokemon. And then this is where pretty much the staples, at least in my opinion, come in. I have 2 Switch. Shouts to the OG Switches that I still have in my collection. So kind of want to stunt with those. 2 Rescue Stretcher. And then the 4 of these guys. You guys probably already know where this is about to go anyway. 4 Nest Ball. We'll just grab the rest of the deck here because this is about to be wrapped up. 4 Nest Ball, and then a whopping 3 Ultra Ball, And then it's about to be the usual suspects over here on the side. You guys have seen them before. I should probably just flip these cards around now that I think about it. We have 3 Lily. And we have 3 of our good old buddy Guzma. And then last but certainly not least, we have Bay Cynthia. Run straight. 3-3-3 lineup. And then obviously, since we're kind of energy hungry, I should be able to fit these in this little side frame up here. We have 4 double colorless energy, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll just kind of do them in stacks of 4 over here off to the side. And then we have 8 fighting energy. So I'm actually relatively happy with this build. I apologize, the energy's kind of out of frame here, but I mean it's 8 fighting energy. But I'm kind of happy with this build. It's something unique, something a little bit different. I don't really know if it would be considered 100% tier 1. I know Zoroark, Lycanroc by themselves are, but that's normally, you know, running a 4-4, 4-4 stack, and then, you know, they have Tapu Lele. That's pretty much it. I like the deck. I think it's definitely a blast to play. If I had to make any changes, current thought process and changes is honestly would be maybe the Stevens Resolves, or maybe going down to maybe just 2 Choice Band, or maybe 2 bodybuilding dumbbells, just to kind of maybe throw in like a 4th Cynthia, you know, something to kind of help with a little bit more draw power. But as far as the trainers and whatnot, I personally like the 2 off of Stevens Resolve here, even though it's not a steel deck, so we're not playing Baby Metagross, just because, you know, your turn ends, but first or second turn, the only thing that's really going to be truly attacking is going to probably be Zoroark, right? So first or second turn, I'm not really too concerned about that. So like if I can pull this, it's like, okay, say I have a Sandy Gast out, right? I have a Sandy Gast and a Zora, you know, say I have a Zoroark out, you know, I can already start trading to start burning through my deck. But if I pull a Stevens Resolve, you know, I can grab a Palossand, I can grab a DCE, I can grab bodybuilding dumbbells, or, you know, I have 8 fighting energy, so I should be able to have enough energy to be able to consistently draw and get him ready to go. The earlier I can use Sandy Fear GX, the better. In one of the games against the Shuckle Decidueye deck that I have, it was funny. I actually had that. Excuse me. I actually had that on turn 3. I had a Sandy Gas, dropped a DCE on him. Second turn, I Ultra Balled into Palossand, attached a Fighting Energy, and then third turn, I had put on bodybuilding dumbbells, and then the next Fighting Energy, and used Sandy Fear, and it was partial luck, but in those 13 cards, I got rid of 1 Decidueye, 2 Shuckle, and I think it was in a Alolan Ninetales as well. So like that really, really hurts. Now obviously most decks play, you know, 2 or 3 rescue stretchers in there, but being able to just kind of force them to burn resources to, okay, you know, I got to use a rescue stretcher to get them back out, or if, you know, instead of, you know, oh, I'm going to play Alolan Vulpix into Alolan Ninetales, and now I'm just going to search my rare candies or this, that, and the other. It's like, well, now they have to kind of search this out to kind of recoup, you know what I'm saying, as well as I got a knockout on a Shuckle GX there as well. So, I mean, it's a fun deck. I think it's something a little bit crazy enough to kind of maybe be a little bit disruptive. Speaking of disruption, that was something else that I had thought about. I personally think that Switch should be a staple in every deck. I know not every deck runs Switch, which is not super. I would say it's kind of like using the rarity scales to uncommon, you know, from common, uncommon, rare. But I would debate, and I would try it, getting rid of 2 switches, and then maybe putting in like a couple of enhanced hammers, or maybe I don't really like Crushing Hammer. I think Crushing Hammer is solid if the coin flip goes your way. But I like enhanced hammers just to kind of get rid of, you know, DCE, Super Boost Energy, Beast Energy, you know, stuff like that. So I would consider maybe something like that, and especially against like another Zoroark deck or whatnot. If anybody's running any type of unit energy or anything like that, rainbow energy, just being able to have those couple of hammers in there to kind of disrupt that and slow them down, even if it's just for one turn. You know, how many times have you been in a tournament and you for, well, if only I had one more turn, I would have won. That happened to me a few weeks ago at the Yomakan tournament that was there, this ARG state championships. So that's gonna pretty much do it. I don't think there's really too much else to cover. You know, feel free to sound off. Let me know what you think. I mean, I'm always open for optimization or suggestions. I know what could be swapped out, but I definitely appreciate you guys checking it out, taking the time to see this this deck profile. I don't really have an official name for the deck or like a theme name. I think it was just Ghastly. What was it? Ghastly Sands? Was it? I mean, it was like a really bad pun, but I haven't got anything super unique yet. So with that being said, I am Q. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and we will catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.